I was lying in bed when I heard it. Footsteps, slow and deliberate, coming up the stairs. But I was alone in the Lizzie Borden house, or so I thought. Welcome to Friday 13, where every nightmare is real, and this one's mine. I'm Lucas, and this happened to me on October 13th, 2019, in Fall River, Massachusetts. Stay with me, because what I heard that night, it's still there, waiting for someone new to spend the night. It was October 12th, 2019. I was 28, visiting Fall River with my girlfriend, Sarah, for a weekend trip. I'd always been fascinated by true crime and the paranormal, and the Lizzie Borden House was at the top of my list. In 1992, Lizzie Borden was accused of brutally murdering her father and stepmother with an axe in this very house. She was acquitted, but the mystery and the hauntings lingered. I'd heard the stories, ghostly footsteps, disembodied voices, even sightings of Lizzie herself. Sarah was nervous, but I was excited. We booked a room for the night, thinking it'd be a thrill. Maybe we'd hear a creak or two. I had no idea what I was walking into. We arrived in the afternoon, checked in, and explored the house. It was like stepping back in time. Victorian furniture, faded wallpaper, and a heavy silence that seemed to cling to the walls. The staff shared the history, pointing out where the bodies were found, where Lizzie stood during the trial. I felt a chill, but I told myself it was just the weight of the past. As night fell, we settled into our room, the room where Abby Borden, Lizzie's stepmother, was murdered. I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, waiting for something to happen. And then, at midnight, it did. I was half asleep when I heard it. Footsteps, slow and deliberate, coming up the stairs. They were heavy, like someone was dragging their feet, each step echoing through the silent house. I sat up, heart pounding. Sarah was asleep beside me, oblivious. I told myself it was another guest, but the footsteps stopped right outside our door. I held my breath, waiting. Then, the door creaked open, just an inch, but enough to send a shiver down my spine. I whispered, "Hello?" No answer. I grabbed my phone, turned on the flashlight, and shone it at the door. It was closed. My hands shook as I lay back down, telling myself it was just my imagination. But the footsteps, they started again, this time inside the room, circling the bed. Have you ever felt like you weren't alone, even when you knew you were? That's when I saw it. A shadow, tall and thin, standing at the foot of my bed. Its eyes gleamed, black and endless, staring right at me. I froze, my breath catching in my throat. I blinked. It was gone, but the footsteps didn't stop. They grew louder, closer, until I could feel the floorboards vibrating beneath me. I shook Sarah awake, my voice trembling. "Do you hear that?" She sat up, listening. The footsteps stopped. She shook her head. "I don't hear anything." But I knew. I wasn't imagining it. The next morning, I couldn't shake the feeling. I told Sarah what I'd heard, what I'd seen. She was skeptical, said it was just the old house settling. But I knew better. That night, I set up my phone to record audio, hoping to capture the footsteps. At exactly midnight, they came again. Louder, more insistent. I lay there, paralyzed, as the door creaked open once more. This time, I heard it, a whisper, soft but clear. "Lucas, help me." My blood ran cold. I grabbed my phone, checked the recording. It was there. Footsteps, the door creaking, and the whisper, "Lucas, help me." I showed Sarah. She went pale. "We need to leave," she said. But I couldn't. Not yet. I had to know who or what was calling me. Have you ever heard something unexplainable in your house? That's when I noticed it. The air, turned damp, sour, like something rotting in the walls. I looked up, and there it was, a figure, pale and gaunt, standing in the doorway. It was a woman, her dress tattered and blood-stained, her eyes hollow. She smiled, her teeth jagged. I screamed, and she vanished. Sarah grabbed my arm. What? What did you see? I couldn't speak. My throat was dry, my heart pounding. I knew then we weren't alone. I spent the day digging into the house's history, talking to the staff, looking for answers. They told me about the hauntings, Lizzie's ghost, her father's, even the maids. They said the spirits were restless, especially at night. One staff member, an older woman named Mary, pulled me aside. "Be careful," she whispered. "They don't like being disturbed." I asked her what she meant. She shook her head. "Some things are better left alone." But I couldn't let it go. That night, I set up my camera in the bedroom, pointed it at the door. I had to capture it, whatever it was. At midnight, the footsteps came again. Louder, faster, like someone was running up the stairs. The door flew open, and the camera, it caught it. A shadow, darting across the room, its form twisting and writhing. Then, the whisper, "Lucas, join us." My blood froze. I grabbed Sarah, and we ran, left everything behind, drove straight to a hotel. But the whispers, they follow me. I hear them in my dreams, in the silence. Come back. Stay. This was real. October 13th, 2019, Fall River, Massachusetts. I've got the recordings, the photos, the scars. If you don't believe me, check the comments. I'll share what I can. So, next time you visit a haunted house, ask yourself, who's really walking those halls? That's my story. Every detail real, every fear still with me. If you've experienced something unexplainable, drop it in the comments. I'll read every one. And if this terrified you, hit that like button, subscribe, and share your own true horror story in the comments, or join our Discord server to share your true story. Link in the bio. We'll feature the scariest ones in our next video, and yours might be next. This is Friday 13, signing off. But remember, the shadows are always listening.